Hello, Internet. I was doing a Swedish video that the topic, I think I want to do an English version as well. So basically I had a conversation earlier with a person that I know about family and basically having a female that has children with several men. Not just one, but several. And he was in the park of this being a bad thing. So the concept is that a woman that has children with several men will cause half siblings. And that is bad for the children somehow. And I didn't agree, because I think that siblings are siblings regardless of if they have different fathers or different mothers. But in this case it was about the women being bad, and I don't agree. So I do not like slut shaming. I'm against it. I think that sluts are something perfect, because it's very hard to have interactions with women nowadays. I think that it was a lot easier before. So 20 years ago, having conversations with women wasn't as stale and tough and hard. And I think slut shaming is to blame for this change. And I think that slut shaming is something bad. You should not do this. It's a behavior born out of religious fanatics. Me personally is an atheist, and I implore other atheists to not take part in slut shaming. Slut shaming is pointless, and it's not constructive in any matter. I think that sluts can be moms just as any other woman that hasn't been slutting around. So I just think it's a control mechanism, and I'm all about that sexual freedom. So sluts are something good. And it's even better if they help men actually get their child. So, say for example you have a woman that has children with 3 different men or more. Then that one woman has helped those men get their children. So I don't think that they have done anything that is bad or something that should be pushed down. They have actually done something to help these men get their children. So we have another side of this. For example, you have single moms that has children from a previous relationship, and they don't want any more children. So they want you to be the dad, and you should do all the responsibilities to the children and so forth. So you're basically a big part of someone else's children, and yeah, your whole life situation, how big you need to live, how many cars you need, or what type of car you need for the size of the family and so forth. So you're part of expenses that you haven't produced yourself. And some women even think that this is something that you just have to find yourself in. And for some men, that is a sacrifice they have to make. They have to accept the fact that they are not going to get any children because their women already have kids and don't want to have any more. So that is a self-sacrifice that a man can do if they want and if they are fine with it. But it is... yeah, women shouldn't expect that from a man, in my opinion. So let's get back to the topic at hand, though. So the reasons why a woman having children with several men can be good. What are my reasons for this? Well, it's about genetic diversity on a cousin level. So if you would compare a person that has 8 kids with the same man, so you have a woman that has a giant family, 8 kids, and it's with the same man. Now you will have every child of those 8 will get 50% of the genetics of the dad and 50% genetics from the mom. So it's the same parents, which means that the children will be close to each other genetically. They are full siblings, but they only get 50% from dad. But they don't. You can't decide or control what 50% they will get from their dad, and the same from the mother. Which means this is why children can look different and stuff like that, and have different behaviors. It's because you can't decide what genetics they will get from the parents. Let's say your dad is 100% and you only get 50. What 50% went away? You didn't receive them. You don't get full 100% from dad. You only get 50 of him. And same with mother. The only time you see a difference in this theory is when you have twins that share the same egg from the mother. That's when you get like clones. They look the same. They might even have the same behavior. So it's only when you get several sperms inside the same egg and they develop like that. When you have several eggs getting released at the same time, then you get twins that are like siblings, normal siblings, because they have their own egg to develop inside of. And then they are just like any other sibling. They can have different behaviors and stuff like that. And different looks. Let's see. So, a woman that has children with many men. So why are they good? It's because we try to have a standard of a person should have about 1 to 3 children, and that is very structural and statistically correct, but it's hard to keep that as a standard because you don't decide how people live their life. But 1 to 3 kids is a good model to not overpopulate the world. But because there are many women who don't plan to have any kids at all, now we have a loss of children. So if we have men that want children in a higher degree than women who want to give birth to children, then these sluts, or whatever you want to call them, are a very good thing. Because if you have a woman that helps 3 to who knows how many men get their child, even if it's 1, maybe 2, they actually they actually help these men to get their child. So it's a sacrifice on the part of the female, because every pregnancy will be physically straining on their physique and their health at some times as well. So they are taking a giant personal risk to carry children, birth them, and the responsibilities that comes with being a mother. So I think that both the men and society should be very, very grateful for these women taking that role and actually doing that, even if it's for several men. Now, a full cousin would have an inbreeding risk of 10%, while a half cousin is closer to be a second cousin. And that is because of the genetic split between the siblings. Because your 50% will come from somewhere else. So already from the sibling level, you have a 50% genetic diversity automatically. So, and you don't decide which 50% you get from your mother. So you can at least guarantee that 50% is not the same. And then it all depends on what 50% you got from your mother. If you're like one sibling can get, let's say you get 50% and the 50% disappears. And then you have a sibling that got the other 50% when they were created, which means that you will actually not have a lot of genetic you wouldn't be the same basically, but you don't decide that, and you will probably get some genetics that they are exactly the same. I was just making a explanation so you will understand that you lose 50% from one of your parents when you are created. So you are not your parents, you are half of both your parents. So the half siblings are very good as long as they know about each other's existence. So these sluts, as many religious people would claim are bad, are a lot better than slutty males, because a mother usually take care of their children, which means they will know about each other's existence. They will know that they are siblings, and they will probably not have children with each other, because that would be gross, which is good. The difference when a man is slutty and has children outside of relationships, or children that they don't even know about, is that they will have half siblings that don't know that they are half siblings, and they might actually run into each other and start making children. This can be an inbreeding risk here. So the siblings, they can't be doing that stuff. But on a cousin level, it's actually a lot safer, and it's closer to a second cousin, unless there are diseases that needs a match. So there are some diseases that you carry, but they don't come into fruition unless the other partner is carrying it as well. So this can happen with strangers as well. So it's about you being a carrier and the other partner being a carrier as well. So when the child gets created, the disease will start their problem, basically. And it's most likely to happen if you have kids with your cousins. So as long as you're disease free, shouldn't be an issue. So basically, as long as you know about your half siblings, it's nothing bad. It's only if you don't know that your partner is your half sibling that it's really, really bad. Which means that it's worse with slutty guys than with slutty women. Sluts. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, so I think my personal view is that these women are really good. They are not bad at all. They sacrifice their bodies to help men get their children. So we should be grateful for sluts and women that has several children with different men. We should be grateful, not shaming them, basically. Well, thanks for listening. That is the end.